Morning, everybody. I do a quick video today. Big day here. Voting day. Midterms. And if you watch, if you watch the news, two things are going to happen today. One, democracy is either going to die or we're going to die. Or a red wave, one or the other. If there's a red wave, they say democracy dies. Democracy was dead a long time ago under you fools. Y'all take that democratic process. There you go, Baxter. Sorry. Baxter saw a squirrel wanted to go outside. Take that democracy, that majority politics, and that democracy, man. Look what it gets you. One vote more in power, you can tear it all down. Tear it all down. Has anybody been paying any attention? I know you hadn't. I don't know why you would. But did you see in Israel for like 5 years now, they can't get a government together? They keep having vote after vote after vote. Netanyahu's in, Netanyahu's out, Netanyahu. I mean, it's just wow. Their system of government over there. That's crazy. But today, like for probably the 5th time in my life, a president at the midterms is going to get everything taken. Had everything. House, Senate, had it all. Presidency. And all they did was write more hot checks. That's not very good. That's not a good look. More and more hot checks. Boy, we got a bunch out there. That's crazy. What are we now? 30-something trillion? I mean, what's the real number? We'll never know. But Joe Biden said he cut the deficit in half. Half. That's right. We can bake with you guys. But this whole mess going on right now, it's just, man, it's freaking circus. Yeah. Sorry. I know in my lifetime, every freaking every cycle, it's the same stuff. One side can say anything they want in any terms they want, and it's no big deal. The other side can't sing the wrong lyrics to a song without being indicted. So same thing going on now. Toss a few of the bums out. But what's always funny is look back. Pelosi, Schumer, all these, none of these guys were ever a part of the big red wave. When Reagan came in, they were there. They're still there. When Clinton won, but for the first time ever, if y'all remember, Republicans controlled the House and the Senate for the first time in like 75 years. It'd been forever. It was always Democrats controlled one or both. Republicans had never controlled one or both. No, they'd controlled one, but they never controlled both. And so, remember Newt Gingrich and the Contract of America? You know, things were fair, but they were just so crooked. Didn't matter how good the economy was. They were selling us out to China. All the way back in. Have y'all seen those? Have y'all seen what's going on? Oh, what's his name? No, there's a trial going on right now, and it's one of the Clinton things, and it's on the Durham investigation, and it's one of the lawyers, Clinton lawyers, and maybe a little justice coming, maybe a little, one guy, but you get to them, and you get to Bush, and I mean, he had both houses till the midterm. Obama had both till the midterm. Trump had both till the midterm. And nobody ever gets anything done. I think that's the time that they dole out the money. They're like, okay, guys, we ain't got long. We got two just like everybody else gets. Here we go. I start passing out the money. See who we can get covered in as short a period of time as possible. Because once they know, they're going to have to settle it back a little bit. Wow. What a raping our government's done to us. Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy when you see what they've actually done to us. The way they voted themselves in. So many sweet deals, loopholes, raises, golden parachutes, best of insurance, best of retirements, the best of everything. They've got, man, they loaded themselves up. And then they piss and moan about a cost of insurance or cost of living raise on Social Security. That's funny. Oh, geez, what time is it? I didn't even look. I need to put the link in the description. It's been rattling in case my friends come along. But we've been we've been messed with for a long time. Who said it? Was it Lex Luthor that said the great thing about the American people is the ignorance of the American people? We get in our bubbles, man, and these people, they just fly under the radar, just smoking us day after day after day, just lighting us up. There's nothing we can do about it. They say, vote, vote, vote. My whole life, man, you see the same shit. It don't matter. It don't matter. You can see the media steering the process. It's just wow. Hard to believe. A post stroke victim. Has people coming out going, hey, he's doing great. And it's handicapism. You making fun of him. He has every right to be out there. Not able to complete sentences and staring into the dark and saying good night when the damn thing's just starting. That was, and like most people are saying, man, why does his family do that? Why does his friends? Why would his handlers? Look at you two psychopaths. What are y'all doing over there? Is that WrestleMania? He's got you pinned, Baxter. You guys are crazy. But you know, nobody has the compassion to go, let's drop out. Let's get you in some cardiac rehab. Or post stroke. And no shame in that. No shame at all. Get out there and get your rehab. It happens. People have strokes. It's not your fault. But don't keep going down the Camp intro because the blue machine says we gotta have this vote. We gotta have this vote. We don't care if you can stand or talk or walk. Just get out there. Look at Joe. Did y'all hear Joe? Joe ain't playing now. Joe said there'll be no more coal mines built. Well, Obama said it. He said you can build a coal mine, a coal-fired plant, but you're going to go broke trying to. They're going to make sure regulation and stuff is so immense on it, and you won't get no coal-fired plants built, baby. And now they're shutting down the old leases. And that's so funny. The White House is, oh, no. Joe didn't say that, eh? Joe's talking about the leases that are illegal. Or no, Joe opened up more lands than anybody. That ain't got no hole on it. I thought it was funny. They come out and said, sure, man, Joe's going to open up a bunch of federal lands for drilling. Which lands we can open? Federal lands. Do they have a hole on them? Why wouldn't they? Pretty crazy. And man, when West Texas sees him, hears that said, there may not be a Democratic vote for him come out of West Texas. He might not get a single vote. When you say shit like that, no more drilling. Man. And you can't make a solar panel that'll last 10 years and ever recoup its costs. It never makes that money back to you. They don't last. They don't work. Joe said, man, you're gonna replace all that with wind and solar. And that plant's gonna be fixed where those coal plants will now use wind and solar. Only way they're going to use wind and solar is if you burn those wind turbines and those solar panels in the coal-fired plant to make electricity. Because otherwise, them panels and windmills ain't going to do it. This ain't going to happen. When we lived out in Alpine, there's a bunch of ultra righteous lefties out there, and I saw in a couple of houses they had a big 3-inch pole and a little wind turbine on it. It wasn't this big. And so one of my wife's nurses' neighbors had one, and so we asked, what the fuck? And she goes, oh, that's a wind turbine for their electrical power. And we're like, hey girl, what's up? And we're like, that little thing for power? She goes, yeah, they help. And I was like, how much? And she said she talked to the guy and that it helped with like 25% of his electric bill. Took away about 25%. Okay, how much did it cost? I mean, I'm telling you, it wasn't 18 inches round, maybe 20 inches round. $18,000. I was like, what? That little thing costs that much? And they're like, yeah, they're pretty expensive, but they help. How is that thing ever going to save them $18,000 and make any money back? It's crazy. And that was back then. That was in 08. Yeah, 08. That was the Obama era, and the first time I got audited. And then I got audited again by Obama's old gal in 10. And I got audited again in 11. Yeah, never been audited in my life. But soon, as Obama got in, and I was a member of the Tea Party, audited me. And I did nothing wrong on any of them. Every one of them was their mistakes. Every one of them was them making assumptions. And every single time, I still had to pay the freaking fines and the penalties. And they didn't give me a break. Nothing. Even when they're wrong, you have to pay fines and penalties. How is that ever right? There's Ashley. There's Ashley. Morning, Redneck.
Good morning. So, dude, it's because you're white.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah. I just had to say it.
The color of my skin has caused me problems throughout my life.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be the problem this time?
What's up, brother? What you been doing?
Oh, just living the dream.
Oh, yeah, that's everybody's answer.
Living the dream. I can't complain. Been been up and down, been around. I ain't been doing shit.
Yeah.
Literally,
Honestly, the best to you.
I've been doing nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've just been chilling.
Yeah, it's cold outside. It's getting cold. Like, forget it.
See, it got kind of coolish the other day on us, man, and I didn't like it. Now it's warmed it back up.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. Yeah, the next few days it was hotter than hellfire yesterday. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, there was mornings I had on my hoodie and had on my sweatpants and socks and everything, man, to go outside with the dogs. Back in shorts yesterday. The the weather around here, being as we're on the coast, you can really feel those collides of the warm south wind coming up, hitting the north. Right in here, you can really feel it and see it in real time. And man, yesterday morning, the fog came up. I mean, it was almost like somebody was just pulling a veil up, and that fog just started appearing just everywhere, and you can feel the temperature. You can feel the shift in the temperature from the front of the house to the back of the house, almost front yard to backyard. You can feel those temperature shifts, and all of a sudden it was foggy. Kathy's like, "What the hell? I'm fixing to leave like fog." I was like, "Yeah, it literally just rolled in." And she's like, "Shit, I hate," and it's terrible driving on I-10 in any kind of bad weather. Because there's suicide jockeys out there that are like, "What? It's clear weather. 100 miles an hour down the interstate." It's crazy. Them people from Louisiana are crazy.
They are crazy, ain't they?
When they get across the state line's only 14 miles over there to Louisiana. A lot of people work here. And Kathy sees them every day. There's about 5 different guys, and they have jacked up trucks. And when they're late for work, here they come, 100 miles an hour, in and out of traffic, going down the side of the road, going down the breakdown lanes, just weaving in and out of traffic all the time. All the time. And she's like, one of these days, I'm going to witness a great wreck with one of these idiots.
You put that curse on somebody, yeah.
And she knows it's the same 3 or 4 guys. She recognizes the trucks every time, and it's almost about the same time. Here they come. They're late for work, man. See ya. Oh my God.
They gotta go.
Yeah, and they got the huge jacked up trucks, right? And those things aren't the best driving things as it is, right? And she go flying by, and it sounds of those tires, the way those tires just scream. She loses her mind on those people.
That's hilarious.
Go buy her in a Corvette like that. No big deal.
Right.
Buy her in a truck like that. You can kill everybody. What are you doing?
So I take it she's never been a fast driver.
No, she doesn't care for it much.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Pedal to the metal, man. Lead foot right here. I gotta go.
but but there have been times when she's driving. I'm taking a nap. Wake up. Look out the window. Trees are going by pretty quick. Look over there, and she's doing 90. What are you? You're doing 90. What? What? Oh. I had to speak up to go around somebody. And I'm like, so you just stayed there.
You stayed there.
Yeah,
It's
she'll do
fine.
that. And when she speeds up to go around somebody, like if I'm not talking to her, paying attention or anything, she'll just stay on that.
Boom.
And well, but if she goes down to 60 and she's doing 60 and they clear out, she stays doing 60. Speed up. Come on. It's clear now. Go. Oh. Okay.
She got a steady foot. She got a steady foot.
Wherever I'm at. That's what I'm doing. What? She's funny.
That is funny. That's awesome.
Yeah. She scares me.
She scares me. You know, I've heard a lot of people talk about women in their driving. And I'm just like, dude, men are just as bad with their driving. I don't care, woman, man. Oh, give me the look, Tommy. Come on. I know you're gonna like mouth about something. Yeah. I see it. I see it coming. Like I can almost read your thoughts, brother. Is this scary?
I only say if that were true,
Yeah.
then NASCAR would be 50-50.
Oh. Okay. Right. No. Yeah. You're right. Right. NASCAR will be because you know they're gonna do all things.
Where'd you go?
Everything equal. Where'd you go, Tony?
Oh, there you are. You were gone.
You were gone. But then I don't think women should be up in the ring, boxing and stuff. Like, forget that. There's no reason for all that, But man, to like ride and drive, man,
Go fast.
I love it. Why is that a man's deal?
It's not a man's deal. We're just willing to keep it on the floor, AJ, into that corner, and y'all aren't. We're willing to keep it on the floor. If we roll in. What the fuck? Y'all are like, oh no. And that's what happens. That's all that happens to NASCAR drivers. They just lose that edge of keeping it on the floor when they go into that corner. Their experience now tells them just back out a little bit and you won't wreck for sure. But keeping it in is what makes you win. And they can't. They just can't do it anymore. Like
words to live by. Keeping it in is what makes you win.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in a lot of things. But NASCAR just wrapped up. They just finished.
They did?
Yeah.
For the year?
Yeah, they had their championship this weekend. And their new point system's even dumber than the ones in the past. They keep changing their point system every year or two. And it's so hard to keep up with how they score all this.
It's not just who finishes first.
Yeah, see, when it comes down to the last 9 races, starts out with like 16 guys after the first 3 races, each race, people get eliminated. After those first 3, then it goes down to 12. Then it goes down to 8. Then it goes down to 4. And in the last race, 4 guys are racing for the championship. And whoever finishes in front of the other guys, you don't even have to win. You just have to finish in front of those 3 guys. And you're the champion. And so for the whole season, it's all about points till the last race. And then 4 guys, points don't matter now. You 4 guys, it's on.
Huh.
It's on.
Whoever wins, wins.
But the points are like what place you finished in, like through the whole thing.
The whole every race from start to finish, all matter up until the last race. And
I
they
got
don't-
you. Bread and circuses, man. Bread and
in,
circuses.
in the past, there were guys who won the championship and they didn't even have to finish the last race because they had enough points. They didn't even have to, all they had to do is start and they'd win because throughout the year they raced so well, they had the most points. They compiled the points and nobody could catch them. So they went, we don't like that. We don't want somebody to kick our asses week after week and nobody have a chance. So we're going to fix this system. We're going to fix it where everybody gets points for something, right? And then that didn't work and they changed it again. It was all through Jimmy Johnson's career in 2001 when he won 5 in a row. Of those first 5 in a row, he won 5 championships in a row. And each year they changed the point system. They changed it every year. And he won under each new point system. They were trying to keep him from winning another one. Fuck, can't win another one. And so they changed it. He kept winning. Then he lost. Then he didn't win one year. Then he won 2 more after they changed it again. And so it's been a mess. It's been a huge mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to pick that man's face out of a line.
No, me neither.
Yeah, you would. You've seen him on TV a million times.
We don't watch TV.
Johnson. Yeah. Race car driving. Yeah. Dale Earnhardt. That's the last time I watched
That's
race
it.
car. Back in the day when Dale Earnhardt was running. I had a Dale Earnhardt everything when I was young.
Dale Earnhardt's one of my biggest pet peeves of freaking NASCAR.
Of course it is. Wait, of course it is.
Well, one over here they talk about he's the greatest ever. He was amazing. He was the Intimidator. And he won about a third of his races by wrecking the guy in front of him. Okay? That's all good for him because he's Dale. He's the Intimidator. That's what Dale does. But another guy does it to somebody, they're like, that's not very sportsmanlike. That ain't very cool. Those guys are gonna have a talk because he didn't need to he shouldn't have done that. But Dale Earnhardt does it, and they're like, man, when you see him in your rear view, the Intimidator's coming. Yeah, he's gonna fucking wreck me. He's gonna fucking wreck me. I know he is.
The second or third one, they proved that he didn't do that.
He did them all, and he knows it, and they know it, and it was okay. But it's poor guys now, man.
You see your reaction. I just
read somebody now, and it's like, oh man, why would you do that? But Dale Earnhardt do it, and it's like, what a driver! He was amazing.
I'm telling you, he was the best. He was the best.
That's why so many. That's why so many guys tried to punch him out on pit road because he was so nice. He was such a great guy.
Family man. He was a family man.
Many of the older drivers have in their little interviews over the years talked about how they didn't appreciate that out of him. That wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool.
Dale Earnhardt getting away with everything.
But they also
he owns the people's heart.
They would also qualify it by going, I'd have done the same thing to him if I could have caught him.
Right.
They're honest about that. If I'd ever could have caught him, I'd have done the same damn thing to him. But that's that. Kathy is a huge Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan.
Oh, that's how. Well, I didn't like Junior, but so that's how you know how to talk a bunch of smack about Dale Earnhardt is because Kathy.
Oh yeah.
Had to pick on your lady, man. Can't be.
Him and Jimmy raced against
you
each
probably
other.
turned against him completely because your lady liked him, huh? You're like, I'm gonna go to somebody else. You probably secretly like Dale Earnhardt, and you just went to somebody else because you wanted to make sure to pick on your wife.
No, because I'm pretty sure the first time I learned about Dale Earnhardt, and I was watching highlights, it was one of those where 2 out of the 3 highlights he wrecked the guy to win the race, and I was like, what kind of asshole is that? That's
he didn't
the best
do it.
driver in the world, the greatest of all time. How? He just wrecked that guy.
Man, he gets the job done. Ain't that what they're supposed to do? Get the job done?
That's right. That's right. Oh my God.
Dude,
Well,
how we
NASCAR,
end up on Daniel? How we end up on NASCAR? I haven't watched NASCAR since I was like an itty bitty living space.
it just ended. So
It just ended. Right, and you got to go. You actually got to go to a NASCAR.
yeah, we
Run.
went to the Daytona 500,
Yeah.
and the kid who won Daytona in the Xfinity Series ended up winning the Xfinity Series championship. And so the first race, he wins it, and then he wins it all.
Huh.
So they say, hey, you can't win a championship in the first race, but you can lose it. I don't know. Did he? He won the first race. He won the championship. That's all you got to do. Right? Right?
Apparently.
Just win the first one.
Apparently. By their standards.
Right. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, my old back. Ooh.
Yeah. You been walking?
I've been walking a lot. Yeah. I've been
Walking's
doing a
good.
bunch trying to get this back. The last time I played golf, I overswung a couple of times, and I've had a couple of ribs out that just can't get back in. And I got another chiropractor today. It's about my third one in 3 weeks. Trying to get these ribs straightened out. I hurt so bad. It's terrible. Just terrible. 3 ribs right up here on the top are out. And I can't. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Dude, wait, they're out? What do you mean they're out?
Well, you know,
Like
your
they
ribs,
stick out?
you know, your ribs lay like this. My ribs will cross over each other like that. They'll get crossed over. And it pokes into my rotator cuff and my humeral head on my shoulder. It pokes into my neck muscles up here on the top. One of them pokes into a rib, into my lung right back here. Feel it poke into my stomach from the backside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's painful.
Unacceptable.
Sucks. It sucks.
I mean, well, how is that fixed?
It's not. I just have to
Well,
have a
how did it
chiropractor
happen?
realign it. Just have the chiropractor realign my ribs and try not to do anything where I pull them out again.
How did it happen?
Playing golf.
You did that playing golf?
Just swinging. Boom, pop them out.
You play golf that much where you swung your ribs out of place?
No, they're just that bad. They're just, the skeleton you see is that bad of shape that it doesn't take much. Get my ribs out, get my spine out of alignment, get my hips out.
Have you always been like that?
No, just since the seizure that broke my back. Just since that, all my joints are all fucked up. Everything's all stretched out. Everything's all messed up.
Do you still have seizures?
Hadn't had one in 6 years.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it because of something that you changed? Is it the frequencies that you've been listening to?
Yes, and I changed medication 6 years ago. I hadn't had one on this new medication yet.
That's good.
The old stuff I took, I guess it got to a point where it wasn't that effective.
What did they say caused your seizures?
Head injury.
From football?
No, I've told you before.
Well, you got to tell me again, apparently.
When I was 17, my dad had an affair with a fellow classmate's mother, and those people divorced and they remarried. And I was with a friend of the new wife of this man, and we went to his house And these people were having a party, a big adult party, right? It was on. So we go to his house, we chill for a little bit, and we're leaving. And this guy sees me, and he's drunker than shit. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Your fucking dad fucked up my life." And I'm like, "It's none of my business, man. It's between you people." And before I knew anything, he was drinking out of a beer mug and he hit me, bam, right on top of the head. And I went down and he hit me again, bam, hit me twice, right on top of the head. And I'm on the floor, party's going on. I grabbed his feet, pulled his legs out from under him, jumped on him, and started, boom. I was beating the shit out of this motherfucker. And they pull us off. I'm trying to get at him. He disappears. My buddy takes me to the ER because I'm bleeding like a motherfucker. And I go up there and get stitched up. And my parents come up. And from what I understood, he showed up to the ER because I had messed him up pretty good. He was needing some stitches too. And they saw my dad's vehicle there and they left. They brought him back to the ER the next day. But after that, I don't even know when I started to have seizures. And I didn't know what it was for probably 3 years. I had seizures. They were always nocturnal. I'd be asleep, middle of the night, have a seizure, wake up, feel like I got run over by a truck, didn't know what happened, had no idea. And it wasn't until my ex-wife, we moved in together, and in the middle of the night, I had a seizure. And she's like, "What the fuck? You just had a grand mal seizure." And I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And she's like, "Yeah, this ain't good. This ain't good at all." So I got to a doctor and started taking seizure medication. And from then on, over the years, I'd have one maybe every 2 or 3 years, but it was pretty controlled. And as I got older, it just got harder and harder on my body. You know, every time I had one, stretching ligaments, stretching tendons, never tore anything up, just hurt, stretched. And then the last one crushed my vertebrae, fractured my L1 completely, and just stretched out all my tendons, ligaments, everything's all fucked up. So my ribs, everything just kind of floats around, just does what it wants. And it's hard to keep them in line. And I did physical therapy for 2 years, trying to get shit strengthened up where things wouldn't slide out of place so easy. And my physical therapist was like, "Your fascia's fucked. Nothing will stay in place." Just kind of separated. Everything just kind of separated and doesn't really stay in its place anymore.
Did
That's
he
why
hit you on the sweet spot? You know
Yeah,
how
right. Right on top, 2 half moons at the top of my head.
So you tried all their like pain medications and stuff, and none of them worked, huh? No, like it's horrible for your body.
Yeah.
Is that how you ended up going to like the frequencies and weed and stuff?
Yeah, I tried Lortabs and for pain. I'd done muscle relaxants. I'd done all kinds of shit, and everything was like, the Lortabs. It would take one, it's not enough. Didn't help at all. You take 2, get itchy all over, nose itch, everything just itch all over, just itch. Messed up my stomach, fucked up my stomach. Muscle relaxants, same thing. You take one, doesn't really help. You take 2 and you're a zombie. You can't do nothing. So I was just like, over the years, just going something. There's got to be a better way, because these pharmaceuticals they fuck you up. They ain't no good, And there's no way I'd ever be addicted to them because I can't fucking take them. They tear up my stomach. They make me itch. You know, I couldn't find anything. So I just started like you said, I started looking for shit, man. Frequency and freaking acupuncture. I did acupuncture. I did frequency. I did, cryotherapy. I do ice. Probably half of the day I've got ice on my back. I even bought me a cool ice pack that goes over your shoulders, that goes all the way down your back, because the hardest place to ice is up here high. Lumbar's not so hard, but up here high, really hard to ice. So I have this whole big old jacket in the freezer that I put on. I have to ice shit every day.
Yeah, very interesting. Wow. What is it?
Ice is my friend.
Ice is your friend. Oh, that's so sweet. There should be a song.
Right.
Oh,
Me and my ice pack.
but man, I lost my phone yesterday. But you would know, like in the Bible, it talks about Lazarus being in the bosom of Abraham. But I really liked this one verse on it where it said that Lazarus, when he was alive on earth, he had, like trials and persecutions and stuff, but he gained eternal life. And this rich man that's down there, and he's like lived, luxuriously and had everything taken care of for him and no issues. Now he's down here and begging for Lazarus to give him water, and it made me think, like all of us are, some have more challenging lives than others. It just depends on which, like you, like once before you've talked about how you had a good life and this and that, with your parents and whatnot. Grew up, pretty not too hard, but then you hear your testimony of your pain in your life, and that's a totally different ball game, and it is a trial and tribulation and persecution, because you're a lot of Jesus, and he's trying to, and Satan tries to come in there and persecute, and so you got like all this junk, in your body it's going nuts, and you have eternal life coming to you.
Yeah, I would exchange money for the daily pain any day. There's so many things I need and want to do every day I can't do. I'd already had our bathroom remodeled. I can't get in there and do it. I know if I start going, I'm gonna hurt myself. I'll be, I'll have a hammer or I'll have a pry bar and I'll push a little too hard and I'll hurt myself. I'll work over my head and I'll hurt myself. I'll be bent over and try and pick something up. I'll hurt myself. So I can't even start it. I want to, but I have to be disciplined because I'll hurt myself. Even when it doesn't feel like it's going to hurt, it will. It'll end up hurting me. I have to take real care when I lift things and move things. I have a dolly and I have a little rolling cart deal I put things on. I put them in the right position, I put them on that, and then I roll them. Because I just, I know I'm going to hurt myself. I would love to have already started that bathroom, but I'm just going to get down on my knees and start chipping the tile away from the jacuzzi tub. I would hurt myself. I already know it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been cleaning. I've been, well, more not really cleaning, but like deep, like, cleaning up this house, and so, and it's got stairs, and so there's a lot of box moving, a lot of packing and stuff. But either way, dude, I've been doing that for 2 weeks. No, three, 4. Oh no, I've been doing that for a hot minute now. Okay, we started a floor yesterday. We started like, where we're pulling the carpet and then we're gonna install and cleaning it up, right? Dude, both of us after 3 hours, like, man, flooring is totally different. Like, Jason's been doing it for years, but me, I didn't. You just don't realize how your body, moves each
All
time
different
you're
muscles
doing
when you
these
start
different
doing that.
jobs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because now you're going up and down, and the floor. I like being down there because I feel like a youngin' again. But you start having to use muscles and pull while you're on your knees. Well, now you got a workout going.
Find out pretty quick, don't you?
Yeah. So I can see where it would be like you want to so bad, you can do it, but it's like, dude, oh man, the
It was like
after.
the brakes on my old truck. I went a month trying to get somebody to help me so I didn't get down there and hurt myself. I knew how to do them. That wasn't the problem. I just knew that I couldn't sit in that position and do it or I'd hurt myself. Well, finally just did it myself. And sure enough, I was down in my back for about a week from it. My hips hurt, my legs hurt. Oh, I hurt so bad because I had to sit Indian style and hold that shit up with my knees, and get all the springs on. It was a bitch, but I did it. It hurt. I knew it was gonna, but it's one of those things. I know nowadays if I'm gonna do something, it better be worth it because I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah, right.
We're fixing to replace these doors right here with sliding glass doors. Again, I could do it, but I hurt myself. I could start taking all the trim off. I know how to drop the door out, but I hurt myself. I can do it. It's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. Kathy wants me to though. She all the time. You're gonna start on that yet? She doesn't give a shit if I get hurt. She wants her bathroom done. She don't care. She's beautiful that way. When she wants something done, she forgets that I'm not 30-year-old Tommy anymore. She completely forgets. She's just like, do it.
Yeah.
Really? Really, dear? I'm not going to do it. I did get a bid for all that. She didn't like that number either.
What are you going to do? You do what you have to do.
I got a price the other day to replace the doors and do that bathroom. Completely turnkey. And me not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But buy supplies. And she did not like that number.
Well,
she figured it should only cost a couple $100.
Oh no.
We had to hire everything. A couple $100.
No.
I told her how she's a greedy old Jew.
If you want like doors that you like kind of like got to pick up a little bit and slide yourself, okay, a few $100 just for that. And then, and that's a crappy door like that's horrible. And then if you want a crappy bathroom, where eventually the water's going to like peel stuff off of the wall or the floor. Yeah, $100 will be fine. A few $100, that's great. Sure. Where are you going to get the material? The material alone is going to be for both the door and the alone is going to be over $100.
Every time I've ever gotten an estimate for a project or anything, every time she sees it, it's like she's in a whole different world. She's just in awe. What? I'm like, what did you think it would cost? Well, maybe $300 or $400. I'm like, are you high? What is wrong with you? Are you crazy?
I mean, back in 1815.
And then when we do have stuff hired out,
oh, that's pretty late. But
she gets the lowest price. We do the lowest price possible, and then she's like wants perfection work. It has to be cream of the crop, but it's still expensive. You can have cheap or you can have good, but you can't have both. Huh? I'm doing a live stream.
Why is Fred in the living room?
I don't know. I guess somebody let him out of your room. I didn't hear him. He usually comes to the gate.
Fred, let's go hide. Come on.
Sorry, put him outside. Yep, she's up. Let me start her coffee.
good morning, Tom.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Temple, you around? Ain't been around in a while. How's everybody going and doing? You know, I've noticed ones that have been disconnected. I went to a family reunion recently, and there was much disconnection. It was like nobody knew how to talk to one another. And I remember these family members when I was younger, and they did know how to talk to one another. Um, it's very interesting. Yes. Uh, I'll bring it back up to Tommy when he comes back because I don't want to say it again. Totally forgot about that.
I'm listening.
Dude, I went to a family reunion recently.
Right.
And no, there was only two people there. One that Jason was talking to, that he got to talk to him, and then one of my aunts, older aunts, okay, not the younger one. And I'm talking like younger as in 50 and younger, you know. Dude, it was like nobody. I don't go to big, you know, gathering places much anymore. If I do, then they're all truthers, you know, if we gather big. So nobody's in their phones or people have something to say. It was like pulling teeth from a cow to get any of my cousins, my nieces, my anyone to say anything. It's like, well, what do you do? Do you like to garden? No. You got animals? Yes. Well, what kind of animals you got? Cats. Well, what's their names? You know? And it was like, oh my gosh. And dude, I went up to my cousin. She's like 16. And I'm like, what's up, dude? How you doing? Yeah. And she's like, I'm good. And I said, well, do you have a hobby? Do you like to climb trees? What do you do? And she's like, nothing. I don't go outside. And I
She was
said,
on her phone. She had her phone.
no, she wasn't on it. I was surprised, but I asked her if she had a boyfriend, and I'm telling you, she backed up like this. I had no line. And I said, did I say something wrong? I was like, you don't want your dad to not know that you have a boyfriend? I said, is he a jealous dad? I said, I won't tell him nothing. And she started laughing, you know, but she kept her stance of the back.
Right.
Nobody had anything to say. We haven't been around each other in years, and nobody got nothing to say. Not even the ones that live down the road from one another. What's happening? What?
People are in their own bubble.
They are so disconnected. I mean, that is just a word that I've been using often, and it's everyone. You know, okay, I won't say everyone because that's an absolute, but it is like,
Most.
how many?
Seems like.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Bro, used to you stand in a daggum grocery line and you're going to be standing there talking to the one in front of you and the one behind you.
Not anymore.
No,
Yeah,
nobody
it's weird.
says anything.
It's weird. People are just, they're in their own little thing. That was the big sign of COVID. It's get you to separate, get you comfortable with that distancing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason for it. It's okay now. It's okay. There's a
And
good
I'm just
reason.
so surprised that the older folks, you know, like 70, 80 years old, that would stand in the doorways at the gas station. You'd have to ask them, could you scoot over a little so we could get in the door? Because they're standing there talking, you know? Like, it's got to be the medication. It has to be the medications that are causing them to not want to communicate with one another. And then freaking like you said, the COVID thing happened, and it just made everyone have this fear. Well, men used to not have so much fear. Women, yeah, women are flipping scaredy little cats most of the time. But men, they had this stand up of this no fear of anything. They got the Lord on their side, and something happened. Something before COVID. But then when COVID hit, it just like it solidified.
That amplified it big time. It's the black box, man. People have been diving into these things. It's those 15, 30-second videos. You know, it's just a click, 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 click. No real information, just entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Just entertainment. That's all you get. No information, no knowledge. You just get boom, visuals.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's I watch this one channel, and it's a golfing channel. And one day, these two guys that are on there all the time, they brought their girlfriends to play golf. And this one guy's girlfriend, you could tell she didn't want to be on camera much. She didn't say much. Other guy's girlfriend is pretty outgoing. You know, he'd been working with her. She wasn't a bad golfer. And this is her first appearance and stuff. And she's wearing some of the new, very tight, spandexy women's golf apparel. And she's a 10. And so they play this golf match, and it's cute. They joke around. It's kind of fun. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing these TikToks, and they're just TikToks of her slow motion swing, watching her boobs bounce around and stuff. Shots of her butt, shots of her boobs, just these little quick 15-second TikToks, and I'm just going, dude, there is no way you're doing that to your girlfriend. There is no way. Why would you do that? Do you have no respect for her at all? I mean, just zero respect. And like the captions on the TikToks will be Gracie's purple top or Gracie's green outfit, you know, and it's just focusing on her boobs and her butt. And it's just, I can't even watch them. She's a good golfer, and I like to watch them when they play golf. They play good golf, but when you're doing that kind of stuff, just exploiting her, it's like, oh man, that's just gross. Why would you do that? You have a beautiful young woman like that. You don't do that. Show some respect. And his body counterpart didn't do that with his girlfriend. He doesn't do that with her. He stays off those videos. When they play golf, she's barely on camera. She don't want to do that. She's dressed the same way, but she doesn't want to get out there. You know, but that was right in the camera. And it's it's the boyfriend. He's holding the camera.
No, it's very dishonorable between both parties.
Yeah.
And who wants to watch that? Like a lot of people would, but they don't have a respect for themselves.
They just do it for the clicks because they know they got pervs out there, and they'll make money off of it.
Oh my goodness, so sad. It's so sad.
And there's a story about a female golfer. She was one of the first to start wearing those outfits, and just a knockout body and good golfer. She got so much shit in the beginning for her outfits that she quit. She quit playing golf because she got so much hate. Because everybody's like, you're supposed to wear traditional, women's apparel. You're not supposed to wear clothes like that. You look like a slut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had quit golf for a year or two, and she was still modeling. And she got back into golf, and now she's got a multi-million-dollar empire where she finally just said, piss on y'all. And she wears what she wants, and she has a couple of YouTube channels. She has a deal on Golf Channel. She makes millions now. But she almost quit because people just shamed her so bad. And she was doing golf videos. And then on the side, she was a model. Modeling is modeling, and when she's doing golf, she's doing golf. And people are like, yeah, you're just a slut. You're just a whore.
Because I wouldn't call her name because of that, because that's how people dress nowadays. Yeah. But I don't know.
Well, one of the first girls at the same time with her name was Natalie Gulbis, and she was a real hot blonde, and she quit completely because of it. She just said, I'm not going to put up with this. She quit.
What
sexual harassment on her. Just from playing golf and the clothes she wore playing golf. She didn't wear revealing anything. Just she had all these fans, and she said, piss on this. I ain't gonna put up with this. She said, I'd rather have a quiet, simple life than play golf and deal with this.
It's vicious. Oh, you know what? You would know. There was the sports writer for Playboy magazine lived
Why
here in
would
White
you
Beach.
say I would know?
No, 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 no. Wait a minute. You would know this young man's or this man's wife because she's a golfer, a professional golfer. That's why I was saying you would know, not the Playboy magazine part. Oh, you're so funny. I'm picking up on that. Okay. So they so the sports writer for Playboy magazine for 40 years lived here in White Bluff. They raised their son here in White Bluff, who their son he is a movie star on it's one of the superhero type shows. I'll look all this up again because it's been a while since I looked it up, but I thought it was very interesting. And the mom is a professional golfer.
Mhm.
Dude, that's very interesting. That I just remembered them. So you find another topic of conversation to speak. Because I'm gonna get this name for you.
Well, the professional golf for women has they've had a couple of women over the years that they wanted, as front and center because of their looks, and boy, they got shit about that. Even if they were a good golfer, people would always go, oh yeah, there you go, put the pretty ones out there, what about the other ones? So it was a lose the whole time. And then finally, when these girls went, I'm gonna wear what's comfortable. These new fabrics and these new outfits are so much more comfortable. This is what I'm gonna wear. And people start going, whoa, look at that. You see every curve in her body. Oh my God. It was, first time seeing them wear those. It was kind of shocking. We're used to the traditional, attire, and you see something like that, and you see a 10 body inside of that thing, you're like, whoa.
Who's been fed and medicated?
Nobody.
Nobody's defrosted better.
No, her food's right there. I hadn't done it yet.
Okay.
But that was a big shocker. Big shocker. Women that look like that were supposed to be cheerleaders,
Right.
Or something. They're not supposed to be athletes.
Yeah, no, they don't. People don't believe that they should be, which is crazy because it doesn't matter what size or shape or anything you are. You can do just about anything.
Oh, speaking of size and shapes.
But we won't do the all women, power because that's not right either. The man is the spiritual leader of the house, and not saying that he's supposed to be the leader, if he is not spiritually led. But they have to work as a team. And
All right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just speaking of body sizes and shapes. I've been watching a bunch of jiu-jitsu lately, and I watched this match between these two women. And Gabby Garcia, the champion, is about 6'2", about 225 pounds, and her competitor is Amanda, and Amanda's about 5'8" and about 160, and they're fixing to jiu-jitsu it up. So this girl is huge. I mean, you look at them on the mat and you're like, why are you doing this? This is unfair. This isn't fair at all. She's huge upside this girl. But it's jiu-jitsu, right? So, I mean, they start grappling. They start going at it. They start going at it. And it's not long before the little girl's got her in a choke. But she can't choke her out. She's just not strong enough to choke her out. But she's got her. And eventually the big girl gets out and they grapple some more. And the next thing you know, she's got her in a choke again. So she gets her in a choke 3 different times, but she can't choke her out. You can see her face. She's doing everything she can. She can't choke her out. And so at the end of the match, nobody got submitted, but she obviously beat this girl. She was all over her like an octopus, man. That big girl didn't have them. She didn't have a chance. She didn't know what was next. This girl just all over. And it was hilarious watching it because it just looked so awkward. One is so big and the other one's so small. And when they're standing there, you're going, just grab her and slam her.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
No, it doesn't work that way.
No.
It was fun. It was fun to watch. That was neat. And that little girl was, man, that was great watching her win. Because everybody, even the announcers are like, well, this shouldn't take too long. You know, Gabby's won all of her matches within a minute or two, right? And they're like 20-minute matches. This went the whole length. And they're like, this is amazing. Whoa.
Yeah, I've only seen one match like that where it was like a freaking giant and this little bitty guy, and he was standing beside it. And like you said, like he'd get up on top of him, but he knew he couldn't choke him out, I guess. So nah, man, he like somehow wrapped his legs around him and pulled that ninja down and made him do a flip. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. This little bitty dude just flipped and took this giant down. Yeah.
I doubt y'all have heard of him. I doubt y'all have heard of him, but if y'all are interested in wrestling like that, that's really good stuff. Look up the guy Gordon Ryan.
Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, look up videos on YouTube of Gordon Ryan and his jiu-jitsu matches. This guy's the greatest. He's number one. He's the best they've ever seen. And it's just so, if you understand the technical aspect of the jiu-jitsu, watching him is just so awesome to watch the guy. He's just so technical, and you can see him working. Next thing you know, the guy's being choked out or he's in an armbar, and the guy's like, what
just happened?
Right.
Quick like lightning.
Yeah. I mean, just amazing. And there's a real good documentary about the guy that, like in 2003 or 4, and this was something I didn't know, but in like boxing gyms, wrestling gyms, and things like that, that staph infection is a huge problem. They pass staph infection around on each other because they're so close quarters, right? And they pass it around. Well, he had gotten staph starting all the way back in high school several times. He'd get it once a year. Once every 2 years, he'd get it. Well, what did he do? Antibiotics. Taking antibiotics. Well, it ruined all of his gut biomes. And this guy's the best wrestler in the world, and he can't wrestle because his stomach is tore up. He can't eat. He can't sleep. It's taking him down. This dude is a physical specimen that this is taking him down. He can't do shit. And he goes to doctor after doctor after doctor, and they're all, well, you know, maybe try this, maybe try that. So he finally went to a homeopathic doctor, and they got him on, you know, the right nutrients. They got it using frequency. They used everything. And he finally got his gut straightened out. And he got back into wrestling, and the dude's like 40-0 since he came back. He's won every single big thing that's out there.
I'm sure.
And all he's got left now is just to sit there and somebody challenge him, because when he goes to the tournaments, he just blazes through these tournaments. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, look that up, Gordon.
All that stuff.
Yeah, watch that guy's documentary. Pretty interesting how he came from where he was to where he is now. And he's unbeatable. The guy's just amazing. He's just unbeatable. And to watch him wrestle those guys that those guys are world class, and he makes it look so easy. It makes it so easy, and you're just sitting there going, man, that dude. One of the guys talked about the thing nobody realizes about guys like that is just their grip, how strong their grip is. That thing, they grip your shoulder and almost pull it out of socket, right?
Interesting, right? Yeah. I've felt a good grip before.
They grab your wrist right here and almost dislocate, your wrist, just pulling on you. I mean, their grip is so strong, you can't get out of it, let alone with their legs wrapped around you. Yeah, and their legs, they're just amazing with their legs. They're so flexible. You see a guy like that take his legs up over his head, wrap up in a ball. How's a guy that big do that?
Right. No, really, right. How does a guy that big do that?
Right. But on
But
that
that's
same,
amazing that he did it with the, he got off all those medications, all that junk, and he started like doing right, putting in the frequency, man. And, oh my gosh, so much to do with the vibration inside of your body.
right? Yeah, but leading up to his stomach problems, he was eating right, exercise, he's healthy, he works every day, type of guy, and then those antibiotics just destroyed his body.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's fighting it, going, "What the hell's going on? I'm losing weight. I can't eat. My stomach is killing me. I can't do anything." And they're going, "Well, just here, take this pill, take this pill." Nothing works.
Right.
You had to do a complete detox.
Oh, I love it. And if more would realize that, that people have so many health issues, and if they would realize that a lot of their health issues comes from all these medications, even sinus medicines you get over the counter and over the counter medications. A lot of our health problems today come from these flipping medicines. And the foods that we eat, our foods have an electromagnetic frequency. Each vegetable and fruit before it's even cooked. And I've been thinking about, electric stoves, and I wonder if it doesn't pull the electromagnetism out of the fruit or vegetable that we cook, and it causes it, because it just. Why did we start cooking with fire? Fire is very important, and I'm wondering if fire does not cause the food, the electromagnetism in the food to rise, and be even more healthier for us. Just thoughts, just things I've been thinking about.
Oh, I'm sure there's something to that. I'm sure there is. The electricity, anytime you introduce electricity, you're introducing electromagnetism, and that disrupts the other field it's coming in contact with. I don't know how it affects it, but I don't see how it couldn't. But on that note of the jiu-jitsu, have you heard in the flat earth community the guy Eddie Bravo?
Eddie Bravo.
He's a flat earther. He's a big time flat earther. Look up.
Yeah, no. Eddie Bravo. Okay, yeah.
Has a little goatee, Hispanic guy.
Yeah.
You need to look up his story.
No, I need to, thinking about it, I need to look up his story. Right. Okay. Wow.
His story is crazy. Just one of the craziest stories, man. That dude, what a trip. What a trip. And I didn't even know this stuff about the guy till about a month ago. I'd seen him as a flat earther and a comedian. But this dude was had a rock band. He's a world-class jiu-jitsu artist. He has probably one of the coolest stories ever in the world. And in competition like that. No, I'm serious. This is a crazy cool story. He'd only been doing jiu-jitsu 2 or 3 years, and he entered a competition in LA, and he won his division. And by winning that division, you got an invitation to a tournament in Brazil. Well, he went down to that tournament in Brazil, and just by chance, in his bracket was one of the famous families of jiu-jitsu, of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Royler Gracie. And this guy's world-known, top-notch dude. And everybody's going, wow, who's this Eddie Bravo guy? How bad is he going to lose to Gracie? How bad is this guy going to destroy this poor kid? Well, fuck. He went out there and choked that motherfucker out and set the world on fire. People were like, what in the hell just happened? They're like, oh my God. And next thing you know, Eddie Bravo has 45 gyms across the country and across the world as these top world-class jiu-jitsu schools. And I knew nothing about this guy, that he was even an athlete. I'd just seen him on some flat earth stuff. I'd seen him on Joe Rogan. I had no idea he had that kind of a past. But he's a bad little dude, man. He'll freaking choke your ass out before you know it. And I had no idea. I just thought he was a goofy little comedian guy that that saw the conspiracies and knew what was up. But no, that'll hurt you.
Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo. Bravo. I like the last name. I
And
like the
Gordon
first name. It's all countrified. Eddie. Ed. Dude, that's a great story. That is a great story.
amazing. I mean, nobody saw it coming. And then it took 12 years for that Gracie guy to show up for a rematch.
Mhm.
He talked shit for 12 years. Oh, he got lucky. You know, I was lazy. I messed up. He didn't win, type of deal. And they finally have the rematch. And this time, Eddie doesn't tap him out, but he gets him in positions 5 or 6 times that the guy, if he wasn't a psychopath, should have tapped out, but he wouldn't. They were saying, the commentators were saying, he'll have to rip his arm off before he'll tap. This guy won't tap. You have to break his leg, rip his arm off. You have to do something like that. He will not tap. So he got him. You'll see it when you go through his stuff. You'll see those 2 matches, and it was pretty impressive because the guy's just a regular street guy. Grew up poor kid, was in a rock band, tried to make it in Hollywood in a rock band.
Yeah.
And then he goes into comedy and he's in freaking jujitsu. And who is this guy, man? I mean, geez.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and then he kicks some butt and ends up. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's one of the richest guys in MMA now.
Eddie Bravo.
Right. And when you see, that's why I was so surprised, because all the things I'd seen up to then, he didn't say a word about it. He didn't say a word about it. People, Joe Rogan would talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu, and he'd just be kind of nonchalant. Yeah, yeah. This dude's a black belt. He's an instructor. He's one of the world's best, and you wouldn't know it. No big deal. No biggie. What time is all this happening?
What time's all what happening?
You and I. Oh, I hadn't even been looking at the chat. Hey, guys.
It is 5:43. Yeah, we're freezing out to bounce and go to work anyway. How's the chat doing? Who's all in there? How you going? How's it going?
Well, we've got quite a few, it looks like. T-Ball and Marie Smith and Lee was in here.
Oh, Marie.
Well, sorry, guys. I had it full screen. I wasn't even looking at the chat.
We just been chatting along. Man, it's been a hot minute. I mean, like, you go into hibernation, brother. I thought I went into hibernation, but no, Tommy goes into hibernation.
Busy. And, and the truth about it, whether I get up and do a video or not, is according to how well I sleep. And I've been sleeping so good, I get up well past this. And so I don't do one unless I'm up around 5. And when I sleep that good, I get up and I won't start one 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't know why. I just don't do them.
Well, now I know. Well, no, I'm about the same way. If I don't get one, unless if Jason and I are doing one together, it'll be in the evenings, but sometimes in the mornings. But with me, it's the same way. And I just get into study. That's the way it's been with me a lot. Is I just get in there and I start researching into stuff, and I don't even. Here we are, man. The Lord, definitely.
Yeah, it's according to how I feel when I get up. If I get up early like this and I feel good, I'll come do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to know that it's if you got good sleep. If you don't do it.
I get your vibration. I get your vibration. I was feeling the last few days.
Yes. I've been wondering about you. Yeah, because but I know that all is well. I totally have faith in that. I don't ever have fear of things like that. Did something bad happen? No, I just know that, just thinking about you. How's it going? Where you been? What you been doing? How's the dog?
I had the same thoughts and processes about you.
Well, excellent.
Wondering
Yeah.
what y'all were up to. I knew it was going to be getting cold up there.
Yeah, sissy, man. I've been a sissy. My friend told me the other day because I have this big wool coat that I wear, and she was like, "Ashley, you look homeless." 'Cause I had everything on, man. I
Got
was
all your
ready.
clothes you own on right now. Right.
Yeah, I have a robe and a shirt that's underneath it that's long sleeves, and then another shirt underneath that. Boom.
And
Here we
it's
are.
like 70 degrees out here.
Yeah, it's 70 degrees.
I was going to say it's 67 here. Ooh, chilly.
Yeah, it is. It
Hey,
is
look,
chilly.
it shows next week, this time our highs are going to be in the 60s.
I don't like
next
it.
week, we're going to get 60 and 56 degrees and rain next week. Ugh.
Wonderful. This sounds all so wonderful. So wonderful. Such a lovely time.
Nasty. Ooh.
It will be. But
don't
we'll
like
just deal with it. the way
Well,
it
but
is.
having all these dogs, man, this rain around here is a bummer. Hard to put them dogs out when it's raining. They don't like that.
Yeah, you gotta force it. Man, ours loves to be in the rain. Jeez Louise. He don't care if it's raining, snowing. I'm sure he'll love snow too. It'll be his first.
Oh,
Yeah,
every one of these idiots, you would think rain was acid. They want to go out in that rain.
Y'all
One drop.
pampered them. Y'all pampered them babies.
I
Why
know,
you
it's
speaking
terrible.
the word first about snow? Ain't gonna
I
be no
love
snow.
snow.
No.
I think snow's
No.
beautiful.
I moved south to get away from the snow.
God, I could live the rest of my life without seeing snow again.
Yeah, you
I
and I
could.
both.
I got no problems never seeing snow again.
It's nature's litter.
It is not. It's beautiful. Nature's litter.
Oh, geez. Lee, my Facebook is just Tommy Gartman, Lee, and it's me and my dog Seven. Picture of me and my little black and white dog Seven is on it. Let me see if I can. I'm reading the chat. Sorry, Ash.
And he's named Seven. And he's named Seven because he was the seventh.
She is 7 because, yes, she's a 7.
Okay, Jake.
I am not a number. I'm a free dog.
You're a number. That's all you are. Yeah, Lee, and hey, Lee, I don't go on Facebook much. Anyway, I kind of crapped out on Facebook, and I'll go in there and look at it now and then. I don't respond to anything. I'll just look and see, and I see why I'm not on there anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty
You know,
rough.
it's just not interested, not interested. Done with it, and I don't do any of the other stuff. I don't do face or what you call it, Snapchat.
Snapchat. Yeah. My daughter was telling me about Snapchat, and I'm like, no. I said, I won't be connecting to no Snapchat. She said, I know, Mom.
You know what my biggest problem is I belong to a mud flood group on Facebook.
Right.
And man, I'll tell you what, their assumptions on what they think things are is so far out there, dude. Like there's no grounds for what they say. And and it just like it drives me nuts, dude. It drives me nuts.
I know. I'm getting so sick and tired of the globalist. Just their only remark is, "You're a scientist. Have you read the books? Do you know the math?" Well, I know all about it, and it's all wrong. It's all theory. I mean, it's just a theory.
Yeah, that's the other one. Like when NASA posts something,
there's nothing. There's no proof. It's just people going, if I make this math problem long enough, I'll just tell people that's the way it is. There it is, right there, those numbers. Well, what does that mean? That means what I tell you it means. Can you prove it? No. But
no.
I'm smarter than you, and I have pieces of paper that say it.
That's it.
So Shut the hell up.
Especially when NASA posts all the stuff on Mars. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy that people believe it.
I want them to demonstrate for me just one time from Houston. Let's power a rover on the tarmac in Florida somewhere. I'm just going to go across the Gulf with a remote. I want you to run a rover on the tarmac at this airport from Houston.
Right.
Just show me
Right.
that. One of those little remote control cars, whatever you want to use, but just demonstrate for me. You can use a remote control from those distances.
Well, we have gravity here, and there's no gravity up there, so it wouldn't work. The rover wouldn't work because their gravity.
Yeah, because gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity.
No, I'm talking just the radar signal, the radio
Gravitational field.
signal. Just send the radio signal. Just send the radio signal. That's all I'm asking. Or make a phone call.
Yeah.
Make a phone call. You go in the mountains of Tennessee. I'll go out in the Mojave Desert. You try to call me. I'll try to call you. Let's see what happens. Because we can call the moon. Why couldn't we call from mountain to desert?
Right.
Should be simple.
It's
The most historic phone call in the world. Didn't have any delay. And it was perfect. You know what's funny? I was watching a deal. It's pretty amazing that the NASA program, of all the other things in the world that we experiment with, whether it be chemicals, whether it be firearms, whatever it is, there are accidents. People die in the research process, in the developmental process. People die in some of the simplest manufacturing processes. But all through NASA's history, nobody's died. It hadn't had a spacecraft blow up, and they say it did on the Atlantis.
We're talking about 1985, dude.
I mean, that up until then there'd been nothing, and so I'm just saying. In factories across the world every day, somebody gets injured, somebody gets hurt, but in the NASA projects, never happens. And they're working with the biggest of rockets and the biggest of badass shit. Nobody ever gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. I wonder if they've got a chalkboard. 394,000 days since last injury.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's hard to get injured in a swimming pool.
What the hell's going on with that? How do you work with that kind of volatility and those kind of things and nobody gets hurt?
Yeah.
In the early days of the test pilot program, that was, you're a suicide jockey. You got the top dollar because you get in that motherfucker. We can't promise you nothing. That's why it's called a test. If you die, you die. We'll give your family some money.
But Tommy, nobody dies because science, dude.
Well, science is so good. That's true. It's so good. It's eliminated that element of death. It's just gotten rid of it because it's science.
Yeah.
You gotta love science.
Right.
Follow the science.
Follow the science. Listen to them. They know what it is.
And like the heading of today says, are y'all gonna have a memorial for democracy today?
No.
If it's a red wave, it's supposed to die.
A red wave. Oh, does that mean like a red wave in the
Republican?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't you heard all
I
over the news?
don't know voter talk.
Every left-leaning pundit for the last 2 weeks has said, if the Republicans win, democracy's gonna die. Your children are gonna die. Everything you care about is gone. It's over. Are y'all ready for this?
It's over either way it goes.
And the vote doesn't matter.
It's not over until the left declares it over.
Right.
Yeah. Well, right. Yeah. They're just the same. They're the same. Yeah. It's the Greeks and the Romans.
It's going to be the same
left and right.
Same outcome regardless of who's in power.
Red and blue. Yeah. All nations fall. All nations.
Yeah, here goes the ball bouncing back that way again, and bounce back that way, and bounce back.
Yeah.
The whole time they're getting rich and fleeing for darkness. You see how
And bringing the darkness upon the people, right?
you see how rich the much more rich the upper rich got during this whole COVID thing. When
Yeah,
they shut everything down like that, all their overhead went way down, but their profits kept going normal. They kept selling, their
People
product.
kept consuming. Right.
People kept consuming. They didn't stop. Now they just weren't having to pay anybody to do it. It cut that workforce by 2/3, man. Just save billions and billions for those people.
Yep.
They were just giggling, going, please keep this shit shut down. This is good. This is real good.
Yeah. Keep wearing your mask.
Mm-hmm. Mask up,
Consent.
baby. Social
Consent.
distancing.
Dude,
You're a hero.
you're a hero. Hero.
Hero. That's what I used to say. Like when we were walking into grocery stores or whatever, and I see people walking in with masks, I go, hero.
Hero.
Ooh.
Doing a fine job.
I love it. I love it.
Well,
Life
dude, we gotta bounce. We gotta go to work.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I hope you have a blessed day, and glad to hear from all y'all. The chat didn't really say anything to the chat much, but y'all are wonderful, and love you so much.
Right.
All
Love you guys. Y'all be careful out there. Good discernment, good vibration. Hey, Marie, do you have pictures of that eclipse? Wow, that was cool. It's red? Wow. I hope you take pictures, Marie. I love those. And yeah, Lee, on the Facebook deal, I guess I could share it real quick. Where am I at? They changed that. Let me share screen real quick here. And I'll show you my Facebook page, Lee. This is me. All right. Can you dig it? You like my pictures from Gulf Shores, Alabama? Yeah, I don't go on there much. Today was my birthday. It was the last time I was on here. There's my brother's business. Go on there and give him a like. Give him a thumbs up. But there you go, Lee. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Like I said, good discernment, good vibrations. Later, guys.